Hi Pisces, this is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. This is your 3-card reading for the week of October 11th. Please don't think I shuffle only once or twice, because before I do that, I probably shuffled 8 or 9 times before that. Okay. And away we go. I'm down and dirty. I really like to get to the reading instead of interesting. All right. 1, 2, 3. Well, you get the Magician in the first position, like 3 other signs, and the card of the day, or the 3 cards of the day. So, you have to find the middle ground this week. Yeah. Okay, so you're Pisces. So as far as I'm concerned, Pisces is by far the most psychic sign. And they don't even know it. They live it. They don't even, it's not like, oh, I'm going to like tune into my psychic ability. It's not, they're just living it. This is why the fish goes both ways. Because it's as if you're in heaven on earth at the same time. You're so in the flow of the whole thing that you're getting messages that you assume everybody else is getting, but they're not. They're not. They're not getting it. Okay. You think that they are, but they're not. Okay. That's first. Okay. And then you have like opposite ends of the spectrum. You have like this happily ever after, almost fairy tale-ish, happily ever after. This is like not only happily ever after, but like everyone lives for a long time and no one ever gets sick and there's always money and the ground just keeps on giving food and there's peace forever. So this card is a little bit full and rich, but it could also be a little bit unrealistic, right? And then you have this card of loss and grief and, you know, sadness, really sadness. And this is also not based really in reality because he's so focused on what he doesn't have instead of realizing what he still has. So because you're Pisces, and I don't, you need to, I'm so opinionated, I can't help myself. You need to find a balance of realizing that this is kind of not reality, or if it is reality, it's reality for a moment. And even if things happen that are very upsetting and you feel a sense of loss or grief, it's also just a moment. This is the 5, it's the middle of the story. Now, because you have the Magician, I feel like this, you're going to be able to actually access other tools. Because the Magician has all the tools, right? He has the swords and the wands and the cups and the pentacles. He's got it all. And he's able almost to bring it down from heaven to earth. Not almost, he is. He's the magic maker. He's the manifester. And I think that the way that you're going to be able to do this is to realize that neither one of these are truly a reality. Both of these are sort of fantasies in a way. this deep loss or this permanent happiness. Life is about deep loss. Life is about permanent happiness. Life is about using the tools. Life is about, it's about all of it. It's about all of it. And so, in order for you to live in both worlds and get information from both worlds, it's probably a really good idea for you to do some real sort of grounding type of meditation. So, that would mean, you could meditate and connect to the earth. That would mean gardening. That would mean getting deep into cooking. That would mean exercise. I think any kind of physical, um, should I say it, reality check would help you to balance. Okay. So anything physical, it could be exercise, it could be cooking, it could be cleaning the house, it could be cleaning the house. Something that'll bring you into this plane and to understand and see and feel this plane as a place of joy and happiness and a place of grief. That's what abundance is. Abundance isn't, that's why I like living in a city for me. Abundance means, that you can go to a store and, see a dress or something that's like $10,000 or $20,000. And, part of you understands why it's every single penny of that, right? And you could also, and then outside that store, you see somebody who's destitute. That's abundance. It's the whole story. Um, right? It's the whole story. That's abundance. It's certain things in the garden blooming and certain things in the garden dying simultaneously. And not getting wrapped up in one or the other. And not getting wrapped up in the reality is everyone wears $10,000 dresses, or the reality is everybody has no place to live. Because the reality is, some people live in a world where they have $10,000 dresses, and some people live in a world where they have no place to live. And to find the balance and to find the equilibrium between those things, not only in the outer world, but in yourself. And I think what might really serve you this week, particularly, also Mercury's going retrograde, so things get a little weird. And there's a new moon. So the new moon is actually a good time to start something. So maybe some sort of physical something. And, I'm not getting, it has to be a whole to do. It could be waking up in the morning and doing 3 push-ups. Okay. Or if you're loopy in the morning, let's say, eating something, but making it a habit of eating something every day. And, it could be a banana. It doesn't have to be pancakes and bacon and, you got me? So it might be a good, maybe it might be a good thing for you to be in some sort of physical routine, a minimal one, that would help ground you and help you to see and to feel more balanced, more able to see a fuller picture. Because the fuller picture you're going to see, the more your psychic gifts are going to be tuned in, and the more comfortable you're going to be. And I want you to be comfortable. Don't you want to be comfortable? I think you should be comfortable. I think we should all be comfortable. So that's my take for the week, Pisces. You can like, subscribe, share, blah, 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 marketing. I'm available for one-on-one. And thanks for tuning in.